Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to be looking at the weekly soulmate reading for the sign of Gemini for the next week of August 24th to the 30th. I'm going to get right into it, Gemini, and pull out your two romance angel messages for the week. For you and your soulmate, we have finances and career. You can't make this shit up. This card has come out for pretty much every, almost all of the readings, soulmate readings this week. Let go of control issues. Alright. Wow, so this is a week for finances and career for a lot of people. I'm not an astrologer, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's some kind of, societal, astrological aspect that's happening that's bringing up these issues. But it's pretty uncanny how often finances and career has come up as a message this week for the soulmate readings. Be interesting to see how they come up for the weeklies. I haven't drawn the weekly readings yet, but I will be doing them after these are out, so we'll see. But let's see what your soulmate spirit animal might be resonating with this week. We're going to pull two spirit animals out of the Wild Unknown deck for you guys. Alright, Gemini, you may resonate with both or none of these spirit animals. And that's fine too. Just take what resonates, throw the rest away. We have the frog. A regular player on these readings. The frog is beautiful energy. Of course, it's water energy, bringing with it cleansing, healing, purification. And we have the otter. Alright, so a lot of love here, a lot of cleansing, certainly letting go of control issues. What can we say about these two animal spirits? They're both water spirits, right, Gemini? So maybe dealing with an individual who's presenting with a lot of water energy this week. Regardless of their zodiac sign, they may be just presenting with that side of themselves. Frog energy is cleansing, brings with it the rains, it's the great rainmaker. It brings purification. The only thing with the frog is that oftentimes the frog can get very tired and exhausted from healing everyone, from helping everyone with their problems and, helping everyone sort of purify their lives. Oftentimes the frog can get almost literally dried out in a way, and not have enough of its own sort of healing ability to sort of rejuvenate, right? And so sometimes the frog can be quite exhausted and needs time off. This is sometimes when their energy has completely been sucked by a certain scenario where they've been trying to help someone. Because of course the frog, person who's identifying with frog energy certainly is helping many people around them oftentimes, right? Now the otter is the most playful, lovely animal spirit in the deck in terms of everyone enjoys being around otter energy. They are extremely enthusiastic and positive. They are optimists at heart. They see everything as a form of affection. They're very, very close to their lovers. And so the otter comes up when you're feeling extremely affectionate towards your lover. You're feeling very emotional in a positive way, very giddy, very playful, very positive. This could also be when you letting go of control issues can certainly usher in otter energy because you tend to kind of then just enjoy the moment. The otter is absolutely enjoying every moment that they have with their loved ones, certainly with their mate. I'm pretty sure the otter is one of these animals that also mates for life, and they're very cute in the sense that they cuddle together and they sleep together, and they're very cuddly animals and like a lot of physical contact, all right, physical affection. All right, so let's get right into your spread, Gemini, and see what's going on for you and your love mate, your soulmate this week. We're using, of course, the Beautiful Creatures deck. And, of course, I do have links in the description to all the decks where you can purchase them on Amazon. Where I found, I think, the best prices for the best formats of the decks. And, of course, I do get a small commission when you use those links, and I do appreciate that. So let's pull out your card for your person is identifying with this week. 5 of Swords energy. Wow. All right. Of course, that is immediately smacks of control issues. 5 is the number for power struggle. And of course, you're identifying with the Magician. Your person sees you as the paranormal. Interesting. So this is an added card in the deck. It is not actually associated with any number. It is a bonus card that has been added to the Beautiful Creatures deck. And it's quite interesting because it very rarely comes up. We're going to get right into that in a moment. But this is how your person is seeing you. And this is, it's very much associated with spiritual matters, esoteric matters, obviously the paranormal. You're seeing them as the wheel, okay? So the Wheel of Fortune changes, number 10 in Major Arcana. They see the relationship as the 8 of Pentacles. I'm going to turn that around. We're not reading reversals. 8 of Pentacles, okay? We're talking about here, which is discipline, practice. A need for discipline and practice, certainly. And we have here the World card, which is how you see the relationship. Quite interesting. All right, completion. All right. So, Gemini, let's get right into it. We have your person right now is feeling very much like they're in the middle of a power struggle. All right, 5 of Swords is that energy in the traditional deck. Of course, it's the card for hollow victories. Here we have defeat, but oftentimes the 5 of Swords is it's defeat in the sense that if you did win, you won through very shallow means, nefarious means, cheating or whatever the case may be. Your victory was very hollow, and so in that way it was a defeat. 5 of Swords talks about a struggle, a power struggle where someone is not playing quite fairly. And so, you know, oftentimes somebody is left in disgust. They leave this power struggle in disgust. They're not even, it's like they don't feel like fighting anymore. And the other person has seemed to have won their sort of like little victory, but oftentimes they will also find that that was quite short-lived. I don't know who this person is in a power struggle with, Gemini. This could certainly be something to do with their finances. Could be something they're dealing with at work. You, of course, are identifying as the Magician. So right now, things are happening very easily for you. You know, you're kind of in your own element. You're manifesting a lot of your goals right now. It's certainly you're manifesting steps towards your goals quite easily. Could be that from the outside, a lot of people, and certainly your lover sees you as kind of navigating through life right now in a very easy and adept way. I mean, that's usually the sign of the Magician when it comes in. It's sort of this feeling of you know, things coming quite easily to you, quite naturally to you, whereas others would have to work much harder for the same accomplishments, right? It can indicate sometimes taking your skills and your talents for granted, all right? It can also indicate sometimes learning how to fail and get back up and go back at it because you have to, you know, you understand that the skills are there. You simply have to try harder, right? So that's quite interesting. You know, your person is kind of going through a real struggle. Now, you may or may not know about this, but when we talk about let go of control issues, it could be that your person is dealing with a power struggle at work, and then at home there may be more power struggles that are happening in a sense. But let's get deeper into it because I'm not sure if that's the case here. Your person sees you as the paranormal, and you are identifying them as the Wheel of Fortune. So this is really, this is very in line with you manifesting Magician energy because your person is almost seeing you have a kind of paranormal ability to get things done, to accomplish things. They see you as someone who is very powerful in that way, almost as if you draw the right energies to you. They see that you're very curious. Obviously, curiosity is what draws us to the paranormal. But I think more than anything, they see that you're very adept at it. And I think they have a lot of affection for you in that way. It could be that they also see you as someone who can help them also purify themselves, get closer to a spiritual center for themselves. We do have frog and otter energy on the spread. So, you know, I feel that your person is certainly feeling very affectionate and lovable towards you, but also they see in you, Gemini, an ability to sort of become better people themselves. It's almost as if your love or your energy that you're bringing to the relationship is helping them to sort of cleanse themselves. It's helping them to sort of purify their emotions. They could be learning how to let go of control issues by watching you manifest a lot of the accomplishments you've manifested in your life, Gemini. And so in this way, they do see you, identify you with the paranormal, but in a very kind of positive, awe-inspiring way. Okay, and it could also be that they're not necessarily telling you about how difficult some of their issues are right now. This has been a running theme for the soulmate readings this week as well. Your soulmate keeping certain things from you because they don't want to let you down, or they don't want to disappoint you. They don't want you to think less of them. It certainly doesn't come from any nefarious means. It certainly is feeling very much like everyone is trying to keep the stability of their relationships intact. They're not purposely trying to be deceptive or duplicitous. They're just really trying to keep hold of what they have because they feel so strongly about the connection. You, of course, see them as the wheel of fortune, which is changes. You see that together with them, you have a possibility to make the most of a lot of really beautiful opportunities. Sometimes when you come together with someone, you can see the opportunities coming into your life more so than you would get on your own. It's a product of the dynamic between the way you two work. And I think that you see this, Gemini. You see that your person brings with them luck, and they do bring with them opportunity. But that there's a lot of shifting and changing that goes on here. There's a lot of dynamics that's going on here. And I think that sometimes you may see that your person is kind of sort of like, you know, they make their own luck, right? Sometimes they're in this mood where they're able to bring really positive opportunities in for you guys. And sometimes it's almost as if they're creating chaos. They may be creating this power struggle. And so in that way, kind of defeating their ability to make the most out of opportunities coming their way. It could be very much that you feel, and you see that with them, like this is a constant changing, like a very fluid relationship in that way. We are talking about two water elementals. So we're talking about personalities. They're certainly identifying with that kind of mutable water energy. Right? And that changes a lot. That seems to change with the mood. So it could be that you see your person being very kind of like moody, very reactionary, and almost as if the relationship can sometimes be at the mercy of that. It's like when they're in a good mood, good things happen. And when they're not in a good mood, it's almost as if you guys are kind of stuck with this kind of negativity that comes in as well. How do they see the relationship? They see it as an 8 of Pentacles, and you see it as a world. So there is completion. They see that the relationship is forcing them to have to do work, though. It's forcing them to be more disciplined in areas where they may not be as used to being disciplined. All right, and I think they see the relationship certainly as something that is causing them to have to step up to the plate more, causing them to have to be more accountable, right? It could also be, certainly with finances and career, they may also be feeling a sense of responsibility to be the provider. And so therefore, to be more disciplined at work, they may be feeling a lot more pressure as a result of that. 8 of Pentacles also talks about applying restrictions in your life so that you can focus on your work, putting boundaries in place so that you remain single-minded about your practice, becoming better at your talent or your career. You know, it's all about becoming the master work, you know, the master or the master crafter or the master whatever it is that you do for a living, and what it takes to become that. All of those things are also tied in with the number 8, because of course the number 8 is associated with restrictions and boundaries, strengths and weaknesses. And I think this is a very powerful aspect. I think in a lot of ways your person is learning to let go of control, but they're also learning to control themselves in a very disciplined way. And they are certainly feeling a desire to raise their abundance and status level to sort of support what they want for this relationship. Again, it comes from a very affectionate and supportive kind of place. You see the relationship as the World card. You see it as completing you. You have found certainly your soulmate, someone that you love to be with. I mean, you know, It could be, and like I said, it could be that right now you are feeling very contented with your person. You are feeling like things have really come full circle. But this week there will be some issues that your person brings up, I think, and I think it's going to really revolve around outside pressures that are coming in, the pressures that may be happening at work, the power struggles that may be happening at work, and also the pressures that they're putting on themselves to sort of make a good home for you, make a good life for you and them, and they may be feeling a lot of stress about that. And so you might want to have this kind of conversation with them this week, and talk to them about it. All right. This is your reading for the soulmate. This is your soulmate reading for the week, August 24th for the 30th for you guys, Gemini, my lovely Geminis. We are going to go over to Patreon and go a little bit deeper. We're going to pull a couple of Thoth deck cards, and we're also going to pull 2 oracle cards to see what the best way is to approach the week with your loved one or your soulmate. But for those of you who are stopping here, thank you so much for watching this video. If it resonated with you, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and share. Help me grow my channel. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all your support and comments. Of course, if you want to get a private reading, just follow the link at the top of your screen. And all the private readings get a private link to your video upload so that you can then review the reading that you had with me later on. You can see the cards and you can hear everything that we discussed. So it's a really nice way to keep a record of the reading that you had with me. And of course, my private readings are conducted via Skype face-to-face. All right, guys, but for right now, I'm just going to say, Gemini, I love you. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.